Nick Gallo, OKC Thunder. Chet, I just want to ask you about the and one in overtime and the moment where Shea and Dub are yelling at you and what that feels like out on the floor.
Man, it's big time. Just all being on the same page like that, and you can tell that everybody on the court really wanted to win that game, and that's just kind of a visualization of it, I guess.
And we've talked about turnovers throughout the season. You guys forced 29 tonight. How have you guys struck the balance between being aggressive but being in the shell discipline too?
Yeah, I mean, that's just credit to having high-level perimeter defenders. And, we've got them all over the floor. And also credit to the coaches for putting together a good game plan and, allowing us to have a good feel for what's going on out there, especially early in the game. And then, the Warriors are kind of a pass-centric team. So, the ball's in the air a lot. So we got to do a good job of having energy and reading the game. And, I feel like, our guards do a great job of that every night, but especially tonight.
What else we got? Chet, I wonder whether, growing up, watching games maybe on TV or when you got here, if you heard about, what a great building this could be, the atmosphere, the crowd, and whether you're kind of experiencing that now.
Yes. Obviously, early on when I was young, watching the playoff series, way back when, I think the first one I watched was that Thunder Heat finals, and just seeing everybody in white T-shirts and the place erupting, and then just year after year after that, the place being packed out and having energy, and it's great to be able to play for a fan base that cares as much as we do, and we're appreciative of all the support they give us. They're out there giving us energy, whether it be the chants or whatever they're saying. They're respectfully yelling at the other team and stuff too. So it's great. It's definitely helps with our home court advantage.
Chet, kind of along the same line. This season series with Golden State, it feels like there's been a different story every game. Every game's kind of been similarly entertaining. I know you haven't been there yet, but did it feel like these few games had, some playoff elements to them?
100%. I mean, it's two really good teams with really good players on both sides and a really good coaching staff on both sides. Every single game came down to the wire. It felt like, and that's just credit to everybody going out there, both sides, really wanting it, and then the coaches making adjustments. Not one of the games we saw the same thing all game long, or game to game. There was a lot of adjustments, and each team had to adjust, and just it's high level basketball. So it definitely resembles playoff atmosphere in the arenas, and the energy was definitely there too. You could tell both teams wanted to win.
Yeah, and we've talked endlessly about you finding your shots within the system and just never really stepping outside yourself. On a night where you might start quietly, how do you brace yourself to shoot those free throws at the end of regulation?
I mean, you can't really prepare for it before it happens, I guess, because it just kind of you don't know that Draymond is going to foul me. You don't know that I'm going to end up open off that play. You just have to be ready for whatever comes. There's ups and downs throughout the game. I had some early fouls. Didn't agree with all of them, but you just kind of got to take the game as it comes and make adjustments. And I feel like I could have been better, but I still did a great job of really staying locked in and just handling what I could control. And at the end, that was making those free throws.
Yeah, and so I guess a follow-up to that would be, I think of those free throws. I think of the 3 you hit out in Golden State. You mentioned you can't prepare yourself to be fouled by Draymond, but just how do you mentally prepare yourself to insert yourself in big moments like that, especially as a guy, a rookie who hasn't really been here before?
Like I said, always being ready and being locked in for whatever the game gives you, and credit to my teammates for finding me in those situations and my coaches for putting me in those situations. It shows the level of trust that they have for me to be able to execute and make winning plays for us, and that comes down to the work that they see me put in, and the repetitions and the understanding of what we're doing. It comes down to that, and without them putting me in that position, it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, and I know you're a competitive dude. Draymond's long been a competitive dude. When he fouled out there at the end of the game, just what was that kind of back and forth like, or what was the back and forth?
No, it wasn't even any trash talk. Like the ref came over. I forgot which one it was, but came over like he was breaking up a fight. We were like, no, we're just talking. I was trying to tell him like that's a foul. The dude's like he was trying to take a charge, but he's in the restricted circle, and he's like, nah, I was the primary defender on Lou, and I was like, nah, you're just guarding Zay, and then rotated, and so we were just. It wasn't even like trash talk or argument. It was just talking about basketball, I guess. So, yeah, no storyline there.
Sorry. Chet, when you were watching the guys last season, you said that you didn't need to come in and do too much. You said you just needed to make the team 5 points better, somewhere around there. Do you feel like you've done that in your short time this season?
I wouldn't put it that way. I feel like I've made winning plays, but I also have to continue to be better. You'd rather win the game by 10 and eliminate the chances of great players making great plays at the end of games than have to make heroic plays down the stretch. And there's a lot of things I can clean up to continue to do that and try to build these leads at the end of games. But at the end of the day, you'd rather make big plays down the stretch when you need them than not be able to make those big plays. So again, I feel like I'm the type of player who's ready for any type of situation. I work on my game in a lot of different ways, and if I just end up out on the court, I'm gonna make as many winning plays as I can for the team.
Chet, again on the 3 free throws that you buried at the end, I can't imagine this is the first time you've been fouled late in the game in a situation like that, but it's a little bit different where there's a big timeout where they're reviewing it. When you're in that situation on the bench, are you like trying to stay locked in? Are you trying to put your mind at ease? What exactly is going through your head before you go and take those shots?
No, in college, I got fouled late game, and there was a timeout after, and I ended up missing one of the free throws. Fortunately, it didn't end up costing us the game. We won anyways. But kind of in that timeout moment, I was thinking about the free throws and my form, et cetera, and I ended up getting tight. Like my shot just ended up tight on the first free throw, and I missed it. So in that moment, I was just thinking like not about the free throws, I guess. I was like, what is coach telling me? Make sure my hands are dry, and then just go out there and shoot the free throws the same way I practice them every single day. And kind of that's just what I did. Don't think about the moment so much as the task, I guess.
All right, thanks, Chet.
Yeah, appreciate it.